We are going to factorize quadratic expressions in this lesson. An expression is quadratic if one of its terms is raised to the second power. So for example, the expression ax squared plus bx plus c is called a quadratic expression. It's a quadratic expression because the term ax squared has been raised to the second power. In this expression, a is the coefficient of the x squared term. B is the coefficient of the x term, and c is our constant. A should not be equal to 0 because when a is equal to 0, we don't have a term that is raised to the second power. So that term which is not raised to the second power, we can't have an expression that has a term raised to the second power, and hence we can't have a quadratic expression. So a quadratic expression should have a term that is raised to the second power. So a, b, and c are going to be numbers. So let's look at examples. So further examples of further examples of quadratic expressions are x squared plus 2x plus 1, as well as 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. In these expressions, let me look at the second expression, which is 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. In this expression, our a is 2, our b is positive 5, and our c is negative 3. Quadratic expressions can be factorized using the searching method. We search for factors and we break up the bx term. So to factorize ax squared plus bx plus c, we're going to find what we call the product of a and c. Then we're going to find the factors of the product of a and c, whose sum is b. Then in the third step, we're going to express the term bx as a sum of terms using the factors that we have found in step 2. Then finally, we're going to factorize by grouping the terms with common factors. I know this looks like it's a lot of steps, but let me walk you through them using an example. So let's look at the first example. The first example is saying factorize x squared plus 3x plus 2. In this quadratic expression, a is the coefficient of x squared, and the coefficient of x squared is 1. B is the coefficient of x, meaning the number that is next to before the x is 3. Then our constant is 2. So we need to find the product, we need to find the sum, and we need to find the factors. The product is found by multiplying a by c, which will give us 2. And the sum is the coefficient of x, which is b. B is 3. And the factors. How do we get the factors? The factors are numbers such that, two numbers such that when you multiply them, they are going to give you 2. And when you add them, they're going to give you 3. So what two numbers, when we multiply those two numbers, are going to give us 2. And when you add those two numbers, are going to give us 3. So I think the two numbers are 1 and 2. When you multiply 1 by 2, it's going to give you a product of 2. When you add 1 plus 2, it's going to give you a sum of 3. So these are the two factors. So the next step is to express positive 3x as a sum of 1 and 2. So we're going to say x squared plus x plus 2x. Notice that this 1, I'm transforming it to an x. I'm multiplying it by x. This 2, I'm multiplying it by 2x. Then I add these 2 to break up the 3x term. So x squared plus x plus 3x, plus 2x plus 2 is our new expression. Once we have this expression, we are going to factorize this expression by grouping. These pairs have something in common. The first pair has x in common. X squared divided by x will give me x. Positive x divided by x will give me positive 1. Then the next pair has positive 2 in common. 2x divided by positive 2 will give me x. Positive 2 divided by positive 2 will give me positive 1. These two terms have x plus 1 in common. When you divide the first term by x plus 1, you're going to have x. When you divide the second term by x plus 1, you're going to have positive 2. Hence, we have factorized that quadratic expression. Let's look at the second example. Factorize x squared minus 7x plus 10. In this quadratic expression, a, which is the coefficient of x squared, is 1. B, which is the coefficient of x, is negative 7. Then C, which is the constant, is a positive 10. We need to find the product, we need to find the sum, and we need to find the factors. The product is found by multiplying A by C. We'll have 10. The sum is negative 7, which is B. The sum is B, which is negative 7. Then we use the searching method. We need to search for factors such that when you multiply those two numbers, they'll give you 10. When you add those two numbers, they're going to give us negative 7. The factors of 10 are 1 and 10, 2 and 5. When I multiply 1 and 10, it gives me 10. When I multiply 2 by 5, it gives me 10. But when I add these, 1 plus 10 is not going to give me anything close to a 7. So these are not my factors. My factors must be 2 and 5, because when I multiply these two, 2 multiplied by 5 give me 10. 2 plus 5 will give me 7. Now we need a negative 7. I am going to include negative signs. Negative 2 multiplied by negative 5 will give me a positive 10. Negative 2 plus negative 5 will give me negative 7. So my two factors are negative 2 and negative 5. Now, in the next step, I need to express this negative 7x as a sum of negative 2x and negative 5x. So I just multiply these two factors by x so that I have negative 2x and negative 5x. Then I express those two as a sum of negative 7x. So this quadratic expression is now written in the form x squared minus 2x minus 5x plus 10. I'm going to factorize by grouping. These two pairs have something in common. The first pair has x in common. X squared divided by x will give me x. Negative 2x divided by x will give me negative 2. Then the second pair has negative 5 in common. Negative 5x divided by negative 5 will give me x. Positive 10 divided by negative 5 will give me negative 2. These two terms has x minus 2 in common. So when I divide the first term by x minus 2, I'm going to have x. When I divide the second term by x minus 2, I'm going to have negative 5. So I have factorized this quadratic expression. Let's look at the last example in this lesson. We have, it's saying example 2. It should read example 3. So example 3 reads, factorize 8x squared plus 2x minus 15. A is 8, B is 2, and C is negative 15. The product is found by multiplying A by negative 8 by negative 15. The product is found by multiplying A by C. What is 8 multiplied by negative 15? We're going to have negative 120. Our sum is B, which is 2, and we need to search for the factors. So the factors of 120 are a lot. We can have 34. 30 by 4 give us 120. We can have 60 multiplied by 2 give us 120. We can also think of 12 and 10. 12 by 10 will give us 120. But we need factors such that when you add those two factors, they're going to give you a 2. When you add those two factors, they'll give you a 2. These two don't come close to what I want. Remember, these two factors, when you multiply them, they need to give us a negative 120. So I can give either one of them, I can make them a negative. I can either make 12 a negative or 10 a negative. But I'm going to give 12 a negative. Why? When I add negative 12 plus 10, oh sorry, I'm not giving this one a negative, sorry. I need to give 10. I need to make 10 a negative. Yes. Yes. Sorry about that. Okay. When I add 12 plus negative 10, it's going to give me a positive 2. So 10 should be negative. In the next step, we need to express positive 2x as a sum of the two factors. So I just multiply these factors by x. So I express positive 2x as a sum of the two factors. And this is what I'm going to get. 8x squared plus 12x minus 10x minus 15. I factorize these by grouping. These two pairs have something in common. This pair has something in common. The second pair has something in common. 4 is a common factor, as well as x. 8x squared divided by 4x will give me 2x. Positive 12x divided by 4x give me positive 3. In the second pair, negative 5 is common to both of them, both these terms. Negative 10x divided by negative 5 will give me 2x. Negative 15 divided by negative 5 will give me positive 3. So we have these two terms. What is common is a 2x plus 3. The first term divided by 2x plus 3 will give us 4x. The second term divided by 2x plus 3 will be negative 5. Therefore, we have factorized that quadratic expression. This is your exercise. You are going to pause this video and work this exercise out. Then after you unpause, I hope you're going to find solutions, but I'm sure I worked it out. So after you pause, you have solutions. After you unpause, you have solutions.